Hi, everybody. Good morning. I thought that I would do an after the show live stream on Saturday morning. I will not be doing this on a regular basis. It's more or less based on what I have left to do and what I want to do and where am I going with this. So I noticed hi there. Good morning, good morning. As you come in, say hello to me so that I can say hello back. I will say, as I was setting up my live, I did get a message saying that chat messages will show up on the replay. So I'm kind of testing that out this morning, see if that's actually going to happen. I got that message. So good morning to folks that are coming in. How do you like this new sign? I opened Happy Mail last night, and Janet, who always comes to our live streams, made this sign for me. So this is going to become my new welcome sign. And hi, Kathy. Good morning. I got your email, and I got the book, and I'm going to show the message. I did find it after you alerted me to that. So let's just get started. In fact, let's start with the book that Kathy, who came in here. Hi, Ian. It will show now. Ian Jackson is over in the UK, and he's saying that chat messages will show in the live stream now. I did a live stream last night, and they don't show. So it must have just taken place for me this morning. So I am set up with my older phone over here so I can sit down during the chats. Hi, Ruth. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have my coffee here. I have my phone set up so that I can go into chat. And I always like to go into live chat so I can hopefully not miss any messages that are being put out. So you're going to need to be just a little bit more careful what you are. Oh, this says waiting for. What am I waiting for here? Huh. Let me go back here. I thought I was live. Let me go back. There I am. After I get past all the ads, let's get rid of the ads. There I am. No, I don't want YouTube Red now. And I want to go into live chat. Yeah, for some reason, I set this little phone here up so that I could watch. This is my old phone, so I could watch comments. But evidently, I set it up too early. This is the book that I got in Happy Mail from Kathy. I just love it. It's The Grammar of Ornament. I'm going to push my coffee away because I don't want to spill on it. Maybe I will zoom in a little. I think I'm going to get me a higher chair. But we'll see. That's down the road. The Grammar of Ornament. Kathy, who is in here now, Kathy O'Neill, sent me this book in Happy Mail. And I'm just thrilled to receive it. And she messaged me and said, Mary, did you know that I left you a note in the book? So it says, Mary, and I completely missed it when I was opening the mail, but Mary, you do such a beautiful job with your fine line art. One of your videos reminded me of this book that my I can't pronounce that, Kathy. Iconography art teacher recommended several years ago. I thought you might enjoy it. And how neat that you thought what I thought about the fine line art. Because when I first saw this, when I very first opened this last night, in fact, this is the page I marked with Kathy's beautiful bookmark that she did here. I just treasure this. I thought fine line paint applicator when I saw this. And in fact, when I saw all of these images, when I was just opening the book last night, all I could think of was, I have to try these with my fine line paint applicator. So that is what I'm going to do, and thank you for that note. I will be putting this, I'm starting to save all the little notes and letters that people send to me, but for right now, I'm going to put it right back in the book. So thank you so much again for this book, Kathy. It will, first of all, it will be treasured as a reference book. I don't think this is one I could bear to cut up. So, hi, Jerry. Welcome. Hi, Dawn. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Good morning, Lucia. I wasn't sure if you folks were actually going to come in, but you know, if you have things to do on Friday nights or Saturday mornings, there's always the replay of these live sessions. I don't want you to feel like, I don't want you to get in trouble with your grandson, Lucia. So, and for those folks that are coming in, I did get a message when I was signing up that chat messages will show on the replay. So I'm kind of excited to try that out and see if that's actually going to happen on the replay. I think that will be very interesting. Are you Saturdays every week now, Jerry? No, not every week. Just kind of, I'm kind of testing it out. I imagine that there will be Saturdays coming up, especially when spring and summer comes, that I'm going to be out wanting to either go garage sailing or thrifting or urban sketching, something like that. This is more or less impromptu as I feel like it. I may do some other impromptu lives during the week, but I can't say what day because I can't really nail down at this point in time a consistent time. I don't want to go live when somebody else is going live that I know that a lot of my regular subbies frequent. Like I would never try to go live when Aunt Beck was going live or Peg or some of those others. So I may choose a Monday. I don't know. I just don't know at this point. But I'm going to go ahead and work on some of these pages because I can sit down now. And I want to do some detailing, and I'm going to start out with the page that I did last night, which was this letter carrier. And the paint's dried. I got the photo out of, I have to put my wax paper under my phone. I got this photo out of the Reminisce magazine, and I did not get it taped down last night. I got sidetracked with all that beautiful Happy Mail. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I'm pretty happy with the paint. I need maybe a little paint in there. I'm not sure, in the margin. When your paint's wet, it's kind of hard. And when you're doing a live session, you kind of have to come back in and figure out what you missed. But I'm going to go ahead and put this black and white photo in this book. And this letter, this is out of the Reminisce magazine, and this was on the cover, and this documents the cover. I gotta reach for my wastebasket. So I'm just gonna put it right in here, right about in here. And the letter says, anything for me. They lived about a quarter mile from their mailbox when she was a kid. I'm going to get rid of this wax paper because it's annoying me. It's okay when you got wet paint, and I need to figure out a different setup for this phone because the way it's set up now, I keep knocking the phone cord, the charger, out of it. I'm going to open my drawer just a bit and hook it off my drawer, see if that works. So, it says they lived a quarter mile from the mailbox when she was a kid. That's an awful long way to live from your mailbox. But the title says, anything for me. And over here was a painting, a mural on the post office in Washington, D.C. And it's of an ocean liner, and they're unloading. It's probably international mail, I would think, if it was an ocean liner. They're unloading packages of mail, you know, big old bundles of mail from the ocean liner into the tugboat. so they're probably taking it on shore. But I thought that I would write the title, Anything for Me. Maybe I'll do that down here. Anything. And another thing that I'm going to start doing is in my community tab. I want to start, I mentioned this last night, I want to start making better use of my community tab on my channel. If you go to my home page and look at the menu section, you will see a tab called community. And I am starting to shout out a video when I watch my live feed, and not my live feed, but my feed, my videos feed in the mornings. I pick out one, and it doesn't have to be a recent one. Like the one I chose for today was by Hanny Trump, and she did a craft hack or an art hack on fine line paint applicators. And I'm going, who knew? She made her own fine line paint applicator out of a plastic bottle and a lid. And what she did is she just took a little candle and, well, I'm not going to tell you the rest. You have to go watch the video. It's on my community tab. It'll be the one for today. But I'm starting to choose videos that either inspire me or maybe a new channel that I found that I just subscribed to because I thought that they did a really neat job, or I enjoyed seeing what they did. So you'll want to start watching for posts on my community tab. Anything for me. And then since this is mail, I thought what I would do, and I'm going to have to be careful I don't put my hand in the paint. I thought I would do like the postal, like red, white, and blue. Like this will be the white, kind of. They put that decorative element on their envelopes, and I'm making it fairly large. I should have done that title last, I guess. And let's get out the blue and the red because I want to alternate these. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. This is kind of an impromptu, and I hate to get up the red. This is kind of impromptu after show from last night. The paint has dried on this page, so I can come in and do some detailing, and I'm figuring out how to... Is this working? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What did I do with the pen? I thought I put the pen down here. I may not do the red today. I can't get my fine line. I need to take this in and wash out the nozzle. That's what I'm doing here, is just kind of seeing if I can't clear that nozzle. But sometimes, let me open this up. Sometimes these, not only do you need to keep the nozzle clear, sometimes it's good just to, this one isn't bad. Sometimes that paint just all glops up in the cap, but I can feel this is not a clear channel. I don't know what I did with my little safety. I have a little straight pin that I use in there. I set it down. Well, there it is. Let's see. Sometimes you have to clear it out in here too. It gets a little gunky in there. Yeah, that's kind of gunk. I can see it on this pen. This paint, it's just craft paint. And the older it gets, the goopier and the gunkier that it gets. And especially if you don't dilute it. And I do not dilute my craft paint when I put it into these. And so I should expect clumps and gunk And sometimes it gets stuck in the nozzle. That's just the nature of the beast. Yeah. Let's see if that helped any. I don't know if it'll help any. I may have to give up on the red and go to something else. Let's see if it's... No, it's not going to. I've got to take it and put it under some running water and clean out that cap. So, you know, I think I'm going to finish this later because I want to do red, white, and blue along the borders here. So I'm going to set this aside. I've got plenty to work on. I'm not lacking ever for things to work on. You guys keep me well supplied with Happy Meal. The other book that I worked in last night was this art doll magazine. Reverse collage, D.D. Willingham style. And we chose a art doll that was actually created by Tisha Moore, which was cool. And I was laughing this morning. The title of the page here is Dare to Wish. This is a 17-inch doll by Tisha Moore. And Tisha Moore is well known in the art world. And so last night on the live, I made 3 wishes. And my first wish was for a large studio. And this morning, I have to laugh. This morning I was watching videos and I came across Donna Downey's video of her new studio. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now her studio, of course, is set up as to receive people for classes and retreats. And let's see, I think I'll put that over here. So one of my wishes was for a large studio. Whoops, and I don't want it to go over the doll. So I made 3 wishes last night, and the other wish was for an RV for urban sketch wandering. I would love to own an RV so that I could just go drive it on trips across the United States at various times and go urban sketching. So that was my second wish. And of course, as I said last night in the live, is, you know, of course you wish for world peace and good health and provision and that type of things. But these are different wishes. These are wishes, art wishes. So I'm just going to put that in here. And then I couldn't think of another wish because I guess I'm relatively content. I got my YouTube channel. I have wonderful people that come and visit my live streams. I do videos every day. I sketch, I draw, I paint, I explore. I mean, what more could you ask for? Well, I was having trouble thinking of a third wish. And so someone said, I think it was Danny Kaye, I can't remember who it was, said, or it might have been Ramona, that said, wish for 3 more wishes. So that's what I made my third label. These labels are made with the Dymo label maker. I've been having a lot of fun with it. 3 more wishes. Yep, it has to go right here. So what I'm doing in this book is I'm choosing a page. I'm doing the reverse collage in the background. I'm trying to leave the art doll alone. And I'm trying to leave a credit to the artist alone. But I'm trying to put a quote or some type of my own journaling on here. And then I want to come back in with my own art play with the fine line paint applicator. And I think I'll use the black one. And I want to do something that will coordinate with what's going on, probably on the doll. She's got that beautiful red hair, but I'm not going to mimic that in black. Maybe I'll just write, if wishes were fishes, we'd have plenty to fry. If wishes were dishes, we'd have plenty to dry. We always said that little verse when we were kids. I'm not sure I want to put that on there, but that's just what came to my mind. Oh, Jerry's packing today. She's moving to, she calls it her little house, but she's moving from her current house and all her shop updates. Jerry, I just drool over your shop updates, all the things that you show. I just about did another order and I said, no, I'm going to work on your little memo books first. Got to use what I get. So, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to go through that. I like this beading that she put on here, this trim. I'm not sure how well you can see it. I'd probably have to zoom in a little. I'll zoom in later, but I think that what I'm going to do, I want to add some of my own art to this page, and I think I'm just going to mimic the beading around the border. And I'm going to, just by doing circles, I could fill them in, but I think I'm just going to do a circle border just to add some art onto this page, because this is, after all, an altered book. And the object is to do some altered art in it. So, and this is fairly simple to do. This is not hard. But I never get it done in my regular live sessions because the paint, if it dries pretty fast, but I like to let it dry overnight, and then I know I have a nice dry page to work on. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe what I'll do is put the typical border around the box and do a dangle off of these quotes. Like she's got a dangle coming down here. Maybe I'll do a dangle off of it. Maybe a larger oval one, sort of. And maybe a little cluster here. That's fun. I like that. And maybe a little one with a heart. Yeah. Maybe some dangles. See, now I'm starting on the dangles. Maybe I'll do a little tassel here. And maybe just a little. So this is kind of play that you can do when you're doing your art journaling. Reverse collage. I love to watch Dee Dee Willingham. She's got an entirely different style than I do, though. But she's totally inspired me with this reverse collage. Turn my book this way a little. Yeah, usually after my live, I went for 3 hours last night. I don't really intend to go that long all the time. But I got involved in what I was doing and I looked up and it was 3 hours. But usually after that, I go and I check my email for people that have sent me a little address information, and then I check my video to make sure that it's processed properly, and then I watch some other videos, and then I fall asleep. What kind of other dangles? I think I want some little short ones in here, maybe. So sometimes when I'm doing these, I get concentrating on what I'm doing and I'm not chatting. Sun is shining here, but they're predicting they are predicting high winds for Sunday and Monday, so I'm kind of, I don't know. I love the spring weather, but I don't like tornado season. But we'll see what happens. Sometimes it hits us and sometimes it doesn't. Let's do a heart. Oh, and I need to do the... So that's what I'm doing with these pages. As I choose a page to work on. I do the reverse collage. And then I'm coming down and I put some type of journaling on it. Either a quote or here I did 3 wishes. And then I come in and I doodle on the page just to kind of alter the book. Let's do another heart. And let's put a little dangle here, maybe another heart. She likes her hearts. Or I like hearts. And down here, I'm going to put another dangle. Beads, 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 beads. Jerry's the one who could educate me on beading because she used to own a bead store. I never was much of a beader. I did make at one time I went to when I lived in Indianapolis, I went to a class at the art museum they had there, and they were featuring a display on Native American Indian art, which had a lot of beading. And we made these little pouches out of white leather, soft white leather. I loved it. And I actually finished it, and I have it, but it's stored away. It's one of my little art treasures. So this is not difficult. It's just putting a trim around the border. I meant to paint out that show and tell. I might come back later and do that. I'm not going to do it today. Or I might just leave it and do dangles in front of it. So this, when I do an impromptu show, I'm going to call it after the show. And hi Eva. Hi Ramona. Dust Fairies. Hi. Good morning everybody. Oh, you're at work, so you're silently watching. Well, that's okay. I mean, if they allow you to do that, some places have pretty lenient policies as long as you're paying attention to your job and doing what you need to be doing. I don't want to be the cause of any job troubles. I can get in trouble on my own there. I don't have to worry about that anymore, though. I'm I call myself the unwilling retiree. I was not ready to retire when I retired. So, but now that I'm retired, I'm actually finding that I'm enjoying my time, especially now that I have a YouTube channel and I'm getting to know folks. I wouldn't mind doing some part-time work if something shows up that I like, just to have a little. But actually, my YouTube channel kind of gives me enough money for some art supplies every now and then, which I think I want a bigger one there. And let's let them fall down into here. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. Miss Brickman, hi. You're the lady... Oh, yes, I have that. I got it out the other day, and I have not forgotten you. I have not forgotten you. I'm just ultra slow with my mailing. I'm going to be doing a mailing here pretty soon, and it is coming. So, yeah, I have not forgotten you. And I'll say that to everybody that my giveaways, I'm doing mailings every 4 weeks to instead of every week, to help with my mailing costs and to just the time to get all those envelopes ready. So it's coming. It's coming, Mrs. Brickman. Jerry says, how long? Hold it, I'm back. It's Saturday morning. Sorry. It's going to do the disconnect thing for me every now and then. So when that happens, am I back here? When I get disconnected, just hang on. I haven't figured out how to make that stop happening. I think it's an internet thing. I was talking to Jerry. She asked me how long I'd been retired. Okay, Mrs. Brickman. Yeah, you'll get it. I certainly have you in mind. I dug it out the other day. I had it put away, but I got it out the other day, and I'm going to be sending it to you. Thank you, Ramona. Eva says she works 3 hours a day. Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't mind working like 8 hours a week or 16 hours a week. But I was downsized from my job in 2011. And I had a retirement set up, and I lived what I could off of that. And at that time, the economy was tanked. But I was able to live on unemployment and my 401ks. And I got a couple of small contracts in between there, just independent contracts. And that I held on until 2015, living in Wisconsin, and then just financially, without a full-time job, paying your rent and phone bills and car insurance and all that, it was not feasible. So I came back to Nebraska. And so how long have I been retired? Well, this is 2018. So I would say that was 11, so a good 7 years. With a few little short jobs in between. But I'm kind of an unwilling retiree because I really liked my job. I liked what I was doing. I was doing big mainframe programming off the mainframe, legacy programming, and I enjoyed what I was doing, but that industry in the States here, a lot of it got outsourced, and, you know, I don't want to go into all of that here, but it did happen. So I was affected by it, but I'm over that, and I'm really enjoying now doing the art, learning so much through YouTube. I probably would not have gotten started doing YouTube if I were working. You cannot work a stressful full-time job, 40 hours a week. Sometimes when you're on a large contract, sometimes you work sometimes you work 60, 70 hours a week, depending on what needs to be done. Especially if there's a big project going in. But I could not be doing what I'm doing today if I were working that type of a job now. It wouldn't help me at all. So I guess the old adage that all's well that ends well, or everything works out for good in the long run, there's a certain amount of truth in that. You kind of have to keep yourself from getting depressed and keep a positive outlook. I won't say that I was always positive. I had a lot of friends who were former colleagues who, some of them went through the same things I did at the same time I was. Some of them were younger than me. I think my age had a lot to do with it too, because I am full retirement age, and I don't want to say there's age discrimination, but there is age discrimination. And it happens, and I'm not going to fret about things I can't control. You just need to keep a positive outlook, but it helps to have good friends. All right, what else? Good morning, Mary. Hi, Gina. Gina Aarons. Good morning. Look what I'm working in, Gina. Gina Aarons is the person who who sent this book along, and I have not sent the other flow books along. That Gina, I'm having a hard time deciding what to send and what to keep. So I set them on the shelf and say I'll look at it later, and then I get distracted. But I'm gonna send them, really. Gina Aarons. Let's give Gina Aarons a shout out. Many of you already know her, but maybe people watching the replays. Gina Aarons. I don't know if in the live chat or in the chat after the replay, if you can click on icons, but you'll certainly see her name. Gina designs her own stencils and stamps, and she does wonderful, wonderful art. I first started watching Gina, well, probably right after I lost that first job. When I started going on YouTube, Gina was one of the first, her and Shannon Green and Rach113, I think even a little Tisha Moore back then. But Gina does beautiful watercolors, and I used to just live for her watercolor Wednesdays, which she's not doing now, but someday maybe if we just keep telling her how much we miss them, she'll come back. So, all right, I'm just about done on this page. I want to put some... Gina, I've been having more fun in this book. This is going to become a regular in my live sessions now, is doing a page of reverse collage in my live session and then coming back the next morning and adding detailing. I'm trying to leave the art dolls alone. I kind of went over, that was just show and tell. I'll leave this alone. And then I leave the artist credited and Dare to Wish. And then I made 3 wishes in my live stream last night. So I'm kind of going to use that technique, reverse collage, a quote, or some type of journaling, and then the next morning do some fine line, or the next day or the next time I work on it, do some fine line, fun paint play on this. I want to leave this alone. So I think I'll just leave it like that for now. So how fun it is to work on these pages. I'm going to just put these over here. I'll put the caps back on later, because it's always a struggle. You have to get them up to your face. Let's see what's going on in chat. I'm kind of testing to see after this session closes to see how the chat's going to appear. I'm really curious about that. Have at it. You just subscribed to Gina, I hope, or to me, either one. Thanks, have at it. Aunt Beck is here. Hi, Aunt Beck. You don't have to apologize. You're making 2 trips to Travelers Rest Walmart, as they miss giving me my bag holding my can of workable fix-a-tap. I hate burning gas for things. I don't blame you. You should charge a mileage. Oh, dear. You know, when you go, I don't know how it is for you, but our Walmart stores always have a line, and those clerks, I mean, they do the best they can, and they have those little rotating bins, or where they sack everything, and you're trying to watch the cash register to make sure they don't make a mistake there, and you're watching the bags to make sure that things get in the right bag and that you pick up the bag. And I always check my ticket. I get out of the way after I paid and everything, and I push my cart kind of up and out of the way, and then I kind of double check to make sure I have all my bags, but I don't look in every bag, and that can be dangerous. So I don't blame you one bit. If they had to pay mileage, they would probably be holding up the line with checking all the bags. Hi, Kim Marie. Welcome. Good morning to everybody. Yeah, dust fairies, you asked what I was doing. I'm calling these dangles. They do look like beaded, what did you call them, dust fairy? Let's see, where was that? I forget. Oh, beaded curtains. They do look like beaded curtains. I kind of maybe made too many of them in here, but I was chatting. If you look at gals, I'm back. It's Saturday morning. I think I've lost my connection twice now. We were talking about those dangles. You can't see it too well, but the trim on this art doll is beaded around in here. And so I wanted to pull off something to complement the doll. And so I started doing these just beaded trim around the corner. And then when I got up to here, I thought, well, it'd be neat to do some dangles. So that's how that got started. I really like this. This is fun. This is a fun book to work in. Okay, let me set this aside. I get more done in my live sessions. I've gotten two things done. One thing that I wanted to work on last night, and I didn't have a chance to because I didn't have the lunch bags at hand. I'm going to zoom back out. I do too, Ramona. Thank you very much. Whoops. Don't mean to give you a headache. I guess that's all. I thought I could zoom out more. I guess not. Sorry for the headache. Oh, I need to get me a different chair. It's comfortable sitting down, but getting up to go do things, that's an effort. I want to work on my March page. This is Aunt Beck's. And I need to put the little tabs in here and the little playing cards and that. But I want to get March lunch bags project set up. I've got, Aunt Beck helped me through February, and I did January during Aunt Beck's session on Wednesday. January. I just love this little snowman package envelope. She paints her envelopes so pretty. So what I want to do is you just take a lunch bag. I got these at Dollar General. Probably paid less than $1, about $1, $1.50 or something for these lunch bags. You're supposed to take your bone folder and crease these down really nice, but I haven't been able to find my bone folder. What's happened to my... So I'm gonna brayer it. Just smoothing out the lunch bag. Although, I think they come pretty good anyway, but... And then, I've got all my measurements to the side here. I'm going to trim my bag to 9 3/4 inch high. So 9 3/4. I think I'm going to incorporate these either into my Society of Idea Collectors or my Creative Year, because I'm doing that Midori style, and you can slip pages in there, and these will fit in very nice. So, and the paper that I'm choosing for March, and it's going to be interesting to see how this works. I'm debating, I might be able just to take this down the way it is. I might try that. This isn't a Tyvek style. I don't know if it's Tyvek. I can't tear it. But, well, you can bend it. It's plastic. This may not be Tyvek because it's pretty. When you say I can bend it enough. Yeah, see, I can tear it. So I doubt that that's Tyvek, but it's good enough for me. I like the design. And of course, here's my scissors. I'm going to cut this. It's just beautiful. I got this from Susan Hiles. So I'm going to use it for March. I'm just going to cut it open here. And I probably could paint this if I wanted to, smear some paint on it, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see what's going on in here. Mary Hill came in. Dust fairies. Cool. I have to find a different setup for this phone because I keep knocking the charger out of it. I'm going to have to plug it into a different outlet. I could plug it in over here, but then I'd always be knocking it. So hi, Mary Hill. Welcome. Yeah, I lost the signal, Gina. That happens to me 3 or 4 times every live session, sometimes as many as 5 times. And I just tell everybody to hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah, I might start doing some impromptu lives. As I said, I probably will not do a daytime live on a consistent basis until I find out a good time. But Jerry had asked me if I'm going to be doing it all the time on Saturday mornings, and the answer to that is probably not, because I know when the weather gets nicer, I'm going to be wanting to go garage sailing and to flea markets and all that good. I wonder how this will cut with the... I wonder how the cutter will cut this. Let's find out. Let's put this in here. Let's get it through there. Let's see how this... Now, you got to understand this blade has been used several times. It's not a brand new blade. But it shouldn't be a totally dull one either. I bought some titanium blades for it. And Bex gets her phone calls from her sons and her mom. Welcome back, Aunt Beck. I'm going to try to see how this cutter will cut my... Oh, it seems to be doing a good job of it. Oh, I'm happy with that. Oh, it did a good job. Excellent. I've got some Klodge fodder here. Okay, I need a 9 3/4 by a 4 3/4. So let's cut the 4 3/4 here. Ooh, no. Because, let's see. Let's get this out of the way. 4 3/4 would be... I'm going to have to turn it around. Let's turn it around. Let's cut the 9 3/4. That might be... Well, no, let's cut the 4 3/4 because I have to... I'm thinking... This is how I think. 4 3/4 would be right in here. There's 5. There's 4 3/4 right there. And it's a little hard to get it completely straight because this bottom isn't straight. Maybe I should straighten it out down here. All right, 4 3/4. Maybe over a little, Mary. There. All right, here goes. That cuts good. Now the 9 3/4 this way. I think this will make a beautiful March page, and it'll remind me of Susan. So just like that. It's not completely up to... It's a little bit harder to get it lined up because it's plastic. It's a thin plastic, and it's not like paper. There. Let's try it on the lunch bag before I do the whole lunch bag. Let's try and see how it will look. Oh, that may not have been what I wanted to do. I'm going to put it in here. I have to cut this. The front one is 6 3/4 high. So I have enough for the bottom here. Let's see what happens. 9 3/4 was the height of the bag itself. All right. No biggie. 6 3/4. I can still get it out of here. Right here. 6 3/4. All right. That'll go right there. What I'm curious about, this is going pretty good. I'm going to put the gold down. I want the green to be on top because it's going to be for March. And I'm going to leave the borders, the craft paper of the sack, because I did that on the others and I want it to be consistent all the way through. So we're using double-sided tape. It'll be interesting. This bag, I think, is a little bit wonky on this side, but I'm going to leave it wonky. Find the beginning of the tape here. Let's see how this works with the plastic. Experimenting with different substrates this morning. Seems to go on good. I know I don't think this double tape works good with fabric. I seem to be able to pull it right off of fabric, but that could be me. Maybe I'm not doing something right. But it works okay here. And then I'll have my March sack. It won't be completely done because you embellish them after you make them, but I'll have it made so I'll be up with Aunt Beck. So when she does April, I'll be able to do April along with her. Kim Marie says, question, Gina and Mary. I have airbrush, medium, and fine liners. What is the ratio? And Gina answered that. She says it depends on the paint that you are using to color it. Tell us more, Gina, about the different paints. Bye, Dust Fairies. Thank you for stopping in. Gina is a good source of that type of information. She's got a lot of answers. What did I do with my pokey tool? Where's my pokey tool? I had it last night. I thought I put it back. I did. I actually put it away last night. Woohoo! Kim Marie, she's most likely going to use Liquitex, not craft paint, in her fine line paint applicator. So you're talking about just plain Liquitex paint, acrylic paint? Jean, hi Azure, welcome. We're talking about, Kim Marie was asking about the ratio of airbrush medium to the paint that you put in a fine line paint applicator. Hi Nikki, welcome. Carson D. Cat's Life. And Gina is answering her, says, you want the paint medium moisture to be slightly thicker than ink, thin enough to get the fine liner, and maybe slightly thicker than cream. Now Mary likes to use craft paint in her fine liners because I like it thick so that it'll give me kind of an embossed texture. But I will warn you, I use metallic in here. Was it in here? I think it was here that I used that metallic. Oh, at tar gel too. At tar gel, I had to dilute it several times. That was way too thick for the fine line paint applicator. And I did read, and it said it can be diluted with water, so I felt comfortable after that. But even this metallic paint, if you do not thin it down just a teeny bit, it will get thick in your fine line paint applicator. Kim Marie says, so maybe 2 paint to 1 medium. And Gina says, yes, maybe. That sounds like a lot of medium to me. I would put that in a bit at a time, Kim Marie. You may go up to what'd she say, 2 to 1? I'd put that in and test it, and then put in a little bit more and test it until you find out what you like. Sometimes that's what you need to do. Is just you have to actually test it out and find your happy place. Whoops. And once you get that figured out, and it's different maybe for you're using airbrush medium. It might be different than if you were using water or a liquid gel medium. You just have to kind of experiment to find out what works for you. Oh, don't be a chicken. Just go play and have fun. Just go play and have fun, because even if you goof, You use what's in there, or thicken it up, or thin it out, and that's just it's a learning process. See, I want this to go down here. I'm liking this so far. I think this envelope may be the right thing for March. Just like when I did that tar gel, I had no idea that I had to thin it out because I was using the 18 gauge nozzle. And I thought that would be a white. I didn't get this on straight. I don't know if it's going to let me take it up because I've already pressed it down. No, I'm going to leave it crooked. I'll put something here to... I'll fix it. That tar gel is thicker than what I thought. It's nice and even up in here, but my page must be kind of cut crooked there. I've got a wide space there, but I'll put an embellishment over this part. Let's see. That's not big enough. Let's see if this is. This is, but it's kind of torn. But I might be able to trim it down. So I'm thinking that this is a mailer sack that Suhail sent to me. And I'm thinking that it's going to work just fine. I thought for a minute it might be Tyvek, but as I'm working with it here, it's not Tyvek because I can tear it. And Tyvek you shouldn't be able to tear. Might do a bad job cutting it here. Yeah, what's this gonna do? Gina said, we're talking about mediums in the fine line paint applicator. And Gina, Kim Marie asked a question about airbrush medium, and Gina is telling her that glazing medium works too. Well, you know, I might not have to repeat all of the chat. If this chat actually does show up online, I can quit repeating all the chat conversation, because I usually repeat it for the folks that are on the replay. But if the chat shows up in the replay, I won't have to repeat everything. Aristi! Aristi's in here. Aristi, I opened your Happy Mail. I don't know, you probably didn't get a chance to watch the live because you were sound asleep on the other side of the world. But thank you so much, Aristi, for the Happy Mail that you sent to me. I just love those little journals, and you put my name on it. Thank you so much. That was so unexpected and so much appreciated. I'm doing good, Aristi. This is not going to be a regular Saturday morning. I'm doing them, well, kind of testing today to see how the live chat is going to show after the stream. It did not show for me last night, but I got a message this morning saying that that the live chat would show on the replay. So this is kind of a test. But doing a chat on Saturday mornings is not going to be a regular thing. It's going to be a when I think about it thing, or when I'm inspired to, because as I was saying, as summer comes here, I probably will want to be going garage sailing or thrifting or getting out. Hi, Arlene. Welcome. They, on my live session, Arlene, whoops, I pulled that completely off. I just got a message this morning. I didn't see it on my live from last night, on the replay from last night, but when I signed on this morning to do my live, they said that the live chat would show. So this is kind of a test to see if it's really going to happen. I knew that it was coming, but I didn't know when. So that is a good thing, but it's also something that you need to be aware of. Of course, you will as you join lives and see what's happening, but you just need to be just a little bit more careful about what you say. Not that any of you say anything, but I mean, don't, private information and stuff like that, it really needs to be said in a private group. Name and addresses, stuff like that, that you may be sharing in a chat where you know you aren't going to tell it the whole world. That's where that should go. So not that a lot of that happens, but it's just a caution. Now, I didn't do Aunt Beck's trick here, and I'm paying for it. With this sticky tape. We're just going to go ahead and put it down. That's okay. I'm kind of liking that. Aristi says, I don't know if I like the live chat to show because it will make people not speak freely. Well, yeah, I agree with that to a point. You need to be careful what you speak freely. Feel free to speak, but just be careful what you say. That's not speaking freely, but we should always be careful what. Meri has put her foot in her mouth so many times that I hope I've learned my lesson about think before you speak. But that's not meaning that I won't. I was mortified last night. I was checking my emails because I always check the email and the messages after my live sessions. And I got an address and I looked at it and I'm going, Nell, who's Nell? And then I looked at the last name and I'm going, oh my goodness, I called her Neil. Because on my phone, especially when I'm standing up, and this was a couple weeks ago, that type is really small. And I apologized to her. I'm going, because that first L looked like an I. I felt, boy, Meri. Now that was an innocent mistake, but still, it was embarrassing. All right, this is 9 3/4 high. So the back here, I want to make 9.5 by 4 3/4. So 9.5 this way. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Yeah. Arlene says, I don't say anything here that I wouldn't say anyplace else, and them that don't like it can talk to someone else. And I try to be careful. And the thing of it is, just imagine if you're saying something about somebody or something, imagine that you're saying it to their face. So when you say something, just say, would I really say that if that person were in here? And you might get blocked too, but because we don't want trouble. I don't have trouble with you gals, but I'm just talking generally. If you really have a beef with somebody, you should say it to them and not behind their back. And 9 chances out of 10, when you express what's bothering you, it will get, and do it in a hopefully decent way. So sometimes it's hard. I get caught. I admit I'm not perfect, but do it in a decent way. Sometimes you're able to air those differences that you have, and the other person may, two things. They could either get completely mad at you, or you could work it out between you. So, I don't think we're going to have a lot of trouble in here. You gals are good, but just be careful. I'm more concerned that you might say something about your address or your phone number or some type of private information. No, I don't see a lot of that, but I have seen it before. I've deleted comments where people have left their address information in a comment, and I copied it, and then I deleted the comment, and I messaged them and said I didn't want the whole world to see their address. So, but that's more people that are new to the internet. And I think we're smarter than that these days. I'm trying to do a 9.5 here. And I like I said, I don't see a lot of it. I'm not anticipating a lot of problem. I'm thankful for the live chat because especially when I do those numbers, or if I miss somebody, if I miss talking to somebody, or somebody said something and I didn't catch it, I may catch it if I go back and look at it. By 4 3/4. So 5, 4 3/4 comes right here. And if you stop to think about it, other live chats, generally, YouTube is catching up to the rest of the world on this. You go to Periscope, you get the live chat on Periscope. I don't know how it is on the other live chats, but a lot of what you say on Facebook is caught in the live chat. So, you know, I don't think YouTube is doing anything earth-shaking here. They're just catching up to the rest of the world. We've been kind of in a private environment there, and we've kind of been protected by it. Bye, Patricia! Or is it Gina that's leaving? I gotta see. Okay, chores to do. Gina's leaving. Gotta go. She has to go do chores. Thanks for stopping in, Gina. Everyone have a great weekend. That's what Gina's saying. Kim Marie, message me if you need help. And Mary, we're all human. Yeah, sometimes we stick our foot in it. Some of us are more human than others in that regard. Mary's more human there. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this project. Thank you, Janet. Did something happen here today? Oh, Janet, the live chat messages are going to start showing supposedly after the session closes. I got a message saying that the live chat messages will show. So that's kind of what we've been discussing. Nothing happened. Nobody got in any trouble here. I was just saying you need to be careful. We were discussing the fact that our information is not going to be quite, our chat is not going to be quite as private as what we've been used to. Now, along those lines, and as far as I can tell, YouTube does not have a private YouTube. They might have a private Google Hangout. Well, I'm sure they do. And they may have private, they have unlisted. I can go unlisted, but I can't invite people to the unlisted. I go live, which to me is kind of silly. Why would you want to go live, not invite anybody as an unlisted, and then show the live, unless you were out and about and wanted to show somebody that you couldn't show in your home. Then you can share that video, that live stream with certain people. But I don't see a live session where you can go into a private YouTube live session. And that would be an advantage if YouTube could do something like that, to where people would be more comfortable if they wanted to share things that in the chat that they didn't with a group of people. But there are applications for that. There's the Google Hangouts. There's our favorite Zoom. So, but we're just going to have to consider live along the lines of, this is public, folks. Oh, no. Nobody, not yet, Janet. Nobody's done anything horrible. If anybody would, it would probably be Meri getting into trouble. Meri putting her foot in her mouth again. I do like this trick, but I'm not sure how it's working with this plastic. It's kind of, what do you say, a flexible paper. And it doesn't, I think when you cut it, it kind of cuts. I don't see how this piece looks. A little bit harder to control this. Thank you guys for showing up on a Saturday morning. I appreciate that. Ooh, I am loving this lunch bag. Wee, that's fun. Arlene says, I'm not smarter than that. I'm teaching challenged and rarely take my foot out of my mouth. Arlene, I'm with you. That's funny. I'll put it this way. If Mary can find a way to put her foot in her mouth. Oh, look what I did. Look what I did. I had 2 lunch bags. This will become the flap. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I've got enough. Oh, that's funny. Look. Oh, that's funny. Well, Aristi was asking, let's see, I lost your question, Aristi. Let's see. Is that a fused napkin or fabric? I'm working on a paper bag, lunch bag, Janet. And this is a envelope, a mailer envelope. A fairly large envelope, because this was the back of it that I received from Sue Hiles here on YouTube. I think she goes by SHILES 728. I think that's still the name of her. No, she changed it. She changed her channel name to Pink and something. But if you just search for Susan Hiles, I'm sure you'll find her channel. But I received this from her, and I wanted something for March, and I was actually going to go out and buy some paper, because I don't have a whole lot of green. I have some green here. Kind of doesn't match this. But I've got plenty, and at first I thought it was Tyvek, but it's not Tyvek. It's like a plastic. Talking about doing dumb stuff live, well, this is going to be the flap. Actually, though, I wanted that flap a little bit stronger. I might... That's funny. I had 2 bags. I'm going to cut it this way before I trim it off. Trim it out before I trim it off. Get it. All right. Come on. Yep. Let's see what's going on. Are you working on the bag? Whatever that is on the right side, it's very pretty. Yeah, it is pretty, isn't it? I love that design. It came in the mail. It was a mailing bag. I'm sure she got it at one of the stores where she buys her office supplies and things at. Because it's a mailer. Very pretty. I'm making good use of it. Have at it says, I never just put my foot in my mouth. I bring on the whole shoe store. That's funny, have at it. Yep. I'm the next customer down the line. I do the same thing. I'm reading the comments. I'm behind and catching up with you. Lisa Swank is in here. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. No, I did not change my days. This is kind of like an after show. And I'm just kind of testing out maybe some daytime hours. But I can tell you, I will not be streaming on a consistent basis during the daytime. Especially on Saturday mornings, because as I said before, as the weather gets nicer, I will be wanting to go to garage sales and go thrifting and get out, see the world. So I do like the idea of doing a show after my Friday night stream, though, because I catch up on on those pages that are still wet from the paint. And I can kind of catch up with myself. I haven't been doing much of the detail work on my pages. And I wanted to do this lunch bag project last night, but I didn't have the lunch bags. I didn't get them out. So I'm doing it today because I want to catch up with Aunt Beck, so I'll be with her. And then I do stupid stuff like this. This is kind of a thin, well, I'll keep that out. I think I'm going to put this down on a, now this should really, the flap is 9 1/4 high, so I'll have to be cutting this. But let's go ahead and cut the flap. I think I'll cut it out of, none of this green I have really matches. So I think I'll put it like in this kind of a sand color, because I don't like how the green clashes. I love the greens, but this is more of a bluegrass green, and this is a bright green, and that's some splashes that came. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, these don't, I'm going to do it out of this kind of a sand, the flap material out of this sand, and it is a happy mistake, Arlene says. Yeah, it's a happy mistake. Aristi, I showed all your happy mail in last night's. And Jerry's still with us. Jerry runs Recycled Parts for Art. Love that channel. Love to watch her. I've been watching, both Jerry and Gina have vlogs, vlogs, V-L-O-G-S, vlogs. And I've been enjoying them because it's just like I'm catching up with their, like you would, you know, like a friend that's telling you what's going on in their life. And this is 9 and back inside tag. Did I cut that back flap wrong? 9 1/4 high and 5 1/2 wide. Well, good thing I got out 2 sheets. No, I still have this one. 5 1/2. 5 1/2 wide, because this will be the flap, and it has to be a little bit wider. And I think if I remember right, well, let's go and do this. It's 5 1/2 wide and 9 1/4 high. So this is 9 1/4. I'm glad I wrote down all these measurements because I'd never remember them. 9 1/4. And then, if I remember right, you score it at 3/4 of an inch. And I have lost my bone folder. It's here someplace. I'm going to use a credit card to score with. And I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch. I think that will work. I don't know if I scored that good enough. I'm afraid of cutting it. Let's try it with a thicker card. 3/4 inch. That's 1 inch. Yeah, get this out of the way so I can see what's going on. I'm not sure that score line, if I did such a great job scoring. I missed my bone folder. I'm going to have to find it. It looks more like a 1/2 inch to me, but it said it was 3/4. We'll see. It's not a great score job. All right, and then you're supposed to cut angles. Yep. Yes, ma'am. And an angle there. And then I'm going to put this, that goof, on here. But I'm going to have to cut it down a little. And I think I'll put it this way. No, I'll put it this way. It's not going to be perfect. So that was 9.5, so I want to make this... It's already got the little 1/4 inch there, so 9 1/4. 9 and... Well, this was 9 Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what I do to this. And then I'm going to put this in here, but it still needs to be shorter. Maybe I should have cut it shorter. What did Lucia say? The bone folder ran away with the black shoe. They're hiding out. They are hiding out. Those criminals. Those criminals. A black shoe and a bone folder. Now, if it was a black shoe and a shoehorn, I would be really suspicious. But a bone folder? Hey. All right, let's see. Am I going to do it here? Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, I'm going to trim. I'm going to keep trimming away my heart away here on this. This was a goof. This was a goof. I didn't mean to do 2 paper bags. Yeah. All right. I'll find it someday. Yeah, I'll be looking for something else, and there will be my foam boner just staring up at me. Yeah, that works. Now, while I have this out, though, let's go ahead and... Will this one fit? Ooh. Will this one fit here? This is 9 1/2, so I think I need to trim this one down about 1/2 inch. So I have it at 9 1/2, so let's make it 9. That's about 1/2 inch. I will say, I like how this plastic cuts, but I do think it kind of, it's easy to slip inside of the, it's not, you don't have the same grip on it that you do with paper. It's a little more difficult to cut. So yeah, we'll use that. All right. All right, what are we doing here? Bye, Ian. Have a good tea time. Arlene says, I had to box it all up and move it out. I had no clue where anything would wound up, but looking forward to unpack. Oh, Arlene must be doing the moving. Don't we just love to move? Let's get some of these scraps off of here. They're annoying me. If I can just train myself to put things back where they belong, then when I wanted them, don't you think it would be logical that they would be where they're supposed to be? And I try to keep putting my pokey tool back in the drawer, and my scissors go over here, but I have no idea what I did with that bone folder. Sometimes it just gets mixed up with the other stuff. I don't see it, and I'll shuffle the other stuff around, and it'll get shuffled away. All right, so this is the bag that I'm altering, and this goes on the flap. I'm going to put this down here. I hope you guys just don't mind me talking to myself. Now we have live chat. I can go back and read chat and find out what I missed. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. We have 2 Patricias in here. Is our other Patricia still in here? She came in at the beginning. Hi, Abstract Possibilities. Welcome. This is not a regular live stream for me, for the folks that are just coming in. I may occasionally do a Saturday morning after show to kind of catch up on projects that I didn't get completed in my Friday night show. But it's not going to be a regular thing because, as I said, when the weather gets nice, I'm going to either want to be outside in the garden with the flowers or going to garage sales or thrifting. And I put my pokey tool away too soon here. But this is kind of nice for the folks on the other side of the world, because when I go live at 7:30, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for some of you guys. And Aristi's the one who's been trying to convince me to do some daytime shows. And I haven't really settled on that yet, because my daytime hours are so inconsistent that it would probably be impromptu at the best. But I've been noticing Aristi does several lives during the day, and Nikki at Carson D. Cat's Live, she does lives during the day. So I might just let you guys pick up the slack there. I don't have to be live all the time. Do I want it that way, or do I want it this? I want it this way, I think. Well, that's what it's going to be. And Aunt Beck says to gently pull this. I might have a different tape than she does, because only a couple times have I ripped the tape. This is Mrs. Sparkle's tape from Joann's. I got it in their bin, their $2 bin, and I don't know if they're going to carry it all the time. I haven't been back lately, but I hope they do, because I like it. But I'm using it. I've been using it like crazy. Oh, Nikki, I'm sorry. Pain. Arlene says, loving this weather. Still cool, but sunny enough to get muddy in the garden. Yes. I can't wait to plant some flowers. Now this will go in here. Now if I remember right, she taped it to the front. Well, I better check those other envelopes, because I get messed up on this. So this is the flap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I got messed up on doing this. I better check the one that she showed me how to do. Yeah. It gets taped to the front. So this will get taped right into here. And you have to leave that little 1/8 of an inch so that it'll close up nice. But I need to put something on the back here, which is this one. I'm loving this envelope. This is perfect for March. Just perfect. All right, let's go ahead and do that. You guys, if you have things you need to get done today, don't let me keep you, because Saturday mornings are busy days too. Saturdays are especially for the people that work during the week. Saturdays are your catch-up days, your relax days, your play days. That's the one thing I
Well, enjoy about retirement. Saturday is like Monday. Monday's like Saturdays. Not really. There's still things you got to get done. Laundry to do, dishes to wash. Well, you have to wash dishes every day, but you know what I'm saying. And you that have younger kids, softball season will be starting, games to go to. I wonder if I put that too close to the edge. We'll see. Oops. Let's put it back on there. Fold it. This is the one I wanted to pull completely off. I'm so used to pulling those tapes completely off, I have to break my habit. Kim Marie says her mission today is to art and watch me art. Cool, Kim. That's a good mission. What are you working on, Kim Marie? What art are you going to be doing today? Glue booking or fine liners? Fine liners, I think. Weren't you the person who was asking Gina about the fine line airbrush medium? I started out using airbrush medium, and because I use craft paint, I just kind of, I went to water because, you know, you put airbrush medium in with craft paint. I very seldom use an expensive paint for my art journaling. Maybe someday when I get rich I will. But I started out using it, but then I found that, and I think I'll do some giveaways with it. I love the thickness of that, especially the white craft paint. And I like the embossed nature of it. I'm going to try putting this directly on here. Let's see if this happens. I don't know. I should have put it on here. See, I've been talking to you. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. We're going to find out. I'm going to have some sticky here if I don't readjust this. It does pull off of the tape. You know what? I am tempted to pull this completely off. Fold this back, fold this back, fold this back. This is going to go for another piece. Maybe I'll do this for the inside tag. Let's put this back. Here comes the train. Our Saturday choo-choo train. The chronic club is a big one. Most of us learn how to cope after a while. My heart goes out to you folks who have chronic pain. I sympathize. I don't suffer from that, so there's no way that I can say I know what you're going through, but I can say I don't envy you at all. Oh, I can't say that. What am I going to do here? I'm going to put this, see, I'm goofing up. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to put this down because I goofed up on this. I can do that. I have to cut this at 9 1/4 high. 9 1/4 high. The reason I'm doing that is I would have put this down here, but it's too hard for me to get that straight on here. I usually put it on the back of this, but I was talking and put it here instead. And it's too hard for me to get this lined up here straight without that sticky tape showing through. So I'm going to cut a piece and put these two together, and then I'm going to put that on top of that. Kind of a waste, but I would rather do that than have it sticking to my pages. So it's 9 1/2 high. And I got plenty of paper here, 9 1/2. And I decided I was going to get me a new paper rounder. I don't like my corner punch. What did I do with it? I put it up on the shelf. I don't like it. It's hard to see where I need to trim about 1/4 off. It's hard to see. Where the corner punch goes. Usually you can just fit, when you use a corner punch, you can just fit it into the slot. But this one, you kind of, they have the little open groove, and you have to line your paper up with the open groove, or it punches way down in here. It makes a decorative element, but it doesn't, I don't like it. Maybe I just don't know how to use it. Huh? All right, let's take this off again. This is how Meri does her art. That's okay, it's turning out. It's turning out. I love this envelope. Put these back. This will just be a double thickness. I do it up here. All right, let's get this straight. And then, probably should have trimmed that off a little. No, it's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. And Beck's probably going, maybe she had to leave, but Meri, what did I teach you? Now, I want to put this on here, but I want to put the tape on this. That way it'll stick to the paper and not...
Is anybody left in here? Oh no! I fell completely. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. Hi, Aristy. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, it really knocked me off there. I'm not sure what happened. I had a hard time getting back in. I had to take my phone off the hook, and thank you, guys. Welcome back. Patricia says, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with me. It really went off. It really kicked me off. But, you know, here's the interesting thing. My YouTube session was still going. All I had to do, it queries me when I hit that little camera. It says, do you want to resume your session? And I say, yes. So that's what makes me pretty sure that it is a internet connection thing and not a YouTube thing. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's see. I got to tap the retry here. I guess I'm back here. It will be interesting to see where this video lands after I'm all done. You waited and chatted. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get back in. I had to take my phone off of the connection because it rotated back to vertical mode. And it's really weird. The only way I can get it back into horizontal is take my phone off of the holder and sit down. And I have to get that... I have to get it low. It doesn't like when I try to rotate it when it's high. I take it off of the holder, I sit down, and one of the guys told me that the rotate device in these phones are you have to kind of hold them in that position before it figures out that you're rotating it. But this one is weird. It's just weird. You were gossiping about it? Well, I'm still working on my lunch bag. I'm getting ready to do the back here. And got distracted. I was doing 4 3/4 by 9.5. So I'm just about done. I want to do the back. I want to tape the flap on, and I want to do the tag that goes on the inside. And the tag, I'm going to use some more of this sand colored paper, and I might put some leftover strips on it. So thank you for hanging with me, guys. This is just kind of a test. I think I'm going to get a hold of Windstream now and see if they can't boost up my speed a little. I might have something to do with it. When you're going live, it seems to drop my connection a lot. We'll see if they can do that. I don't know. I think I cut this. And so I want to go 9.5. I think that's where I was before I got interrupted here. I am working on Aunt Beck's lunch bag project. I'm getting caught up with doing March, so that I can be up with her when she does April next month. And I'm using a mailing envelope that came from Sue Hiles. This is what I have left of it. Really, it's quite a bit. It's really pretty, and I thought this would make a really pretty background for March. But I've done a lot of goofs. I was taping away, and I discovered that I taped on 2 separate lunch bags. Instead of taping to the back, I taped to the back of the second one, which was hooked to the first one. And then I did a goof on this flap, too, and I had to fix that. So that kind of happens when you're going live, because you're thinking of a zillion things. You were talking about my sketching abilities? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who was I watching today? Laura Gergain, who's on Gina's design team. She was showing a flip of her 29 faces. They were wonderful. They were wonderful. She's got a flip of them up on her channel. I was watching that today. She did wonderful sketches. So she's got some sketching abilities there. I think she's probably more modest than she cares to admit, because she's pretty good with sketching those faces. And I'll mention too, I don't know who's left in here. I think Cindy's new in here. I don't know who else is in here. But I want to start using my community tab on my channel a lot more. So one thing that I'm going to do, one of the things that I'm going to do, I just started out this week, is I'm doing a shout out when I watch my videos. If I find and it may be one of yours, I will post a link to that video. You know, it's just like a post. And, whoops, I don't want to do that. So I started doing that. And sometimes I find new subscribers. Like this week I found Mrs. Cog. And I think I'm going to enjoy her channel. I don't know if she's in any of the groups on Facebook or not, but I was watching a tea-dyed paper video, and I got to subscribe to her. And I watched, one gal was doing parchment paper tags. So check my community tag, community tab. I mean, those posts are evergreen. They'll always be there. And I'm only doing 1 post a day. They tell you not to do several posts a day because it annoys people when you do 10 posts, you know. It's like, quit spamming me with your posts. So
I'm doing one post a day, and that's just one of the things I'm going to do. Another thing I thought that I would do is I'm getting so many wonderful things in Happy Mail, like Aristi's little journal. I think I'm going to feature some of the Happy Mail and call it a Meri gallery. It's not my artwork, but it'll be a gallery of Happy Mail that I get. Let's see, the tab. Yeah, getting my fingers on everything. So I want to start making better use of my community tab just to share. Because those are types of things that you don't want to do a half an hour video for. And of course, if I have any special announcements, like if I'm not going to do a live stream on my regular Friday night or something like that, I'll announce it in my community tab. Meri, thank you so much for using my artwork. I'm so touched and honored. Janet, your artwork, I keep saying this. You need to practice doing some videos, lady, because you do a beautiful job with your artwork. I'm just so honored to have it. I'm just so honored to be able to use it. It's going to make a perfect... Let me... What did I do with it here? Is it underneath of all of this? I might have set it aside because... Let me grab Janet's page. No, I don't know what I did with it, Janet. I put it in a safe place so I wouldn't get paint on it. But it's the thumbnail. You'll see it if you look at the thumbnail of this video. And you'll see it. I'm going to put it on all my other... Here it is. I put it aside here. Here. Isn't that beautiful? It's just beautiful. And so this is going to be my thumbnail for my lives. Let's zoom in just a little so you can see it better. When it kicks me off, it zooms me way out. So I don't like to zoom on this camera. It's hard to control. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Look, she used my sign that I usually use when I come in, and she made it a little sign on the door. Isn't this wonderful? And she's got a welcome mat and a door, and she has all these flowers. I simply love it. It's just a perfect sign. Just perfect. And I didn't catch all your chat last night, Janet, but I know you were chatting with one of the ladies last night about doing live sessions. And, you know, we should practice doing some live sessions. I know that there are several people in the groups, on the Facebook groups, who would, like Lucia and Cindy and Meri, and, you know, who would do some practice sessions with you if you ever want to go live, or even if you want to do some videos and you can put them up as unlisted and just send them to the link to some folks and have them look at them. I think you might be surprised that you might be doing better than you think. And it's always hard when you're new. It's hard when you're new because, well, you're new. You're getting used to a lot, and you're learning a lot, and you make a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes almost every live session I do. But that's how you learn. And you learn from them and you go on. As I was saying last night, my first videos were horrible. I mean, I look at them now and I cringe, but I'm not going to take them down because it's part technical, where I was technically too, as far as I was using an old phone. And here's my pokey tool. So I would encourage any of you that, somebody said they got a new camera. Who was that? Said they got a new camera last night? Was that one of the, was that Ruth? Can't remember who it was. Just jump in and start. Yep, we are all human. Cindy says we are all human and we all make mistakes. And it's humbling. It humbles you to make a mistake. But when you realize you probably feel worse about it than, I mean, unless you completely insult somebody, it probably affects you worse than it affects anybody else. And I should have left that tape on there. Aunt Beck, I didn't follow Aunt Beck's method and now I'm paying for it. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I've got a little sticky showing there. I might put some, that's not too bad. I'm going to put some washi tape because I got sticky in there. Let's see, what do I have? What do I have for washi tape? I saw some that I didn't put away last night. What did I do with it? Was it in? Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time hunting. Let's see if I can pull out some washi tape that I like. I don't have much green. And you're not seeing me online because I'm over here looking at my washi tape. I got some leopard. Oh, how about, no. That's travel. Oh, here, I'll use this. Blooms and blossoms, petals and blooms. I don't know how well that will go. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a minute and get washi tape. But this is wide enough, and I might put some over here, too. Let's see. This, I think I got on sale at Hobby Well. I got this with a 40% coupon. This comes in, this was when it was still being sold. Oh, I want to put some glue on it. This was still when it was being sold at full price. And I used a 40% coupon. But washi tape, especially if you're using it across the gutter or something like this, you want to be sure that it's... Did I do that right? Just ignore me for a minute while I figure things out. We're going to put this right in here. I wouldn't say this exactly coordinates with the design, but I don't want that sticky to catch on any embellishments or ruin my page. So I'm going to use washi tape. Azure says, look at Art Sherper's first videos and you can see how far one can improve. You know, that's true. And Azure, she would probably be one to agree with you. Just like anything else in life, any other skill, the more you practice, the more you do, the more you're going to learn. It's just a fact of life. I don't know what I want to do here. Now I do know that I want to make a flap. I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with this because this does not come all the way down, but I got this little, and I guess I could cut. I don't like the idea of cutting the washi tape vertically, but I'm going to. And I took that glue off because I didn't think I was going to use it. Cindy says it takes time and many friends to help you along the way. And Cindy's completely right. many friends. I am so amazed at the folks who have come into my videos and put up with all this crazy internet stuff, like falling 5 times in a session, getting disconnected, spilling my paint, knocking things off the front of my desk, just crazy stuff. Sometimes not being completely ready. I try to get everything ready to go. That is one thing I would tell you to do if you were going to do live sessions, or even if you're shooting videos. If you're shooting videos, it's a little bit easier to take care of it because you can edit places. But you'll find in my live sessions a lot, I walk away from my desk and you're looking at my desktop. And that's really not a good thing. You should... There should be something for you to look at all the time during a video. If you're going to walk away, at least put that beautiful sign. You know, when I walk away in my live sessions, I should put this artwork that Janet made for me here. And sometimes the phone will ring. I hope the phone doesn't ring. Knock on wood, it hasn't rang this morning. And you'll hear my answering service, and I'm going... I don't want that to go across the internet. I could edit it out, but that's a lot of trouble. So there's just things you learn along the way. What's this? I didn't pull all that out. I guess I didn't. I want to... That's true. Cindy says you don't have to be a professional to edit a video. You just have to jump in. And Janet, where you have an advantage is that you're very knowledgeable about your art projects. You have great ideas. I take your advice. I take your advice. Yeah, you got great ideas. And you and Azure too, you're always giving me ideas, and Lucia. So just go for it if you want to do it. And you can practice and put it up there. And if you don't like it, you don't have to, a video, you don't have to put it live if you don't like it. But I think you would be surprised how many people would like it. Now this is the back and this is the front. Right? Is that how that works? Did I do that wrong? Of course I did. It goes on this side, right? See, I did it wrong. But this one, this is the front. Yes. See what I did? I put this flap on the wrong side of my bag. And I glued it down twice. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can I make it flap this way instead? Probably not. Well, maybe so. This one is going to flap the other way and peck. This has to be glued down. I'm going to have to do a better glue job on this. Washi tape. The flap is going to go the other way. I did that wrong. But I think that... because this flap should have been glued on this side. This is the one that Aunt Beck helped me with. And see, the flap is over on the left side. And I put it over on... this is the flap, and I put it over on the right side. But I'm gonna flip it under instead of this one opens up this way. Let's see. This one will just open up. The back would be the front if I put it in. I might have to take this off. How bad did I mess it up? I'm going to leave it for now. I don't, you know, for right now, I know I can flap it the other way, but the back will be... I don't think this will fit in the book right. The back would be the front, and this will be extend out too far. Mary did it wrong. She's got pretty washi tape on it. Mary needs some internet glue. She sure does. I wasn't paying attention and I glued this flap to the wrong side of the sap. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to cut it off because I don't like it. I don't like my mistakes. And I'm wondering if I can get it. I'm just going to cut it here. I'm gonna fix it right here in front of all of you. At least I realized I did it wrong. Hey, my excuses. This is only the third one I've made. Let's see if I can cut it out right. This flap has really caused me some pain today. Let's see. I want to cut it right along that line there without cutting the bag. So we need to pull it out a little. I don't want to cut the bag. I'm watching what I'm doing here. I might have cut that bag a little. I think I cut the bag, and I think I'm going to have to get out some more. Probably should have used the scissors. Ignore me while I fix my boo-boo here. Boy, I really butchered this. I might have to do this all over again. Well, I really did it. Aunt Beck, I messed up. Now, I will say, though, in my own defense, not defense, but my own, see, I sliced the side of that bag open right in here. But I already have washi tape on it, and I can washi tape it. I can washi tape it back, because I already have washi tape here. Let's just open it up. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to washi tape it here. And this part's okay. This is not so good. But the only thing we put in here is a tag. So I think if I get out my washi tape again. No, I cut both sides of it. Man, I really messed it up. The other thing I could do is just put some double-sided tape on the inside there, which might be the best answer. I love this. I really messed it up, though. Where's my double-sided tape? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this up completely, because it's almost there anyway. Aunt Beck, I messed up. Here's the gusset here. Just ignore me while I attempt to fix this. Put some double-sided tape right in here. And I might have to make my tag just a little bit skinnier that I put on the inside. And I'm going to have to heal both sides of this bag. I was trying to be careful, honest. I'm not watching chat. I'm trying to help my paper sack here. All right. That's cool. Now I still have my gusset, but now I have to fix this side. And I think I'm just going to continue. I didn't slice it all the way down, but I'm going to continue it because it's easier to get into. And then I'll put that double-sided tape right along here. Ha! Boy, I really did a poor job of that. But it's still pretty. Azure says, I have no idea what's happening here, but it's fun to watch. Meri blew it, Azure. She cut her paper bag down the sides when she didn't want to, and she's trying to fix her big boo-boo. Oh, look at what... Oh, man, I really sliced it off there. Wow, how did that happen? Look, completely sliced off the corner of that. Well, that means that I'm going to be putting maybe even a healing it up here. All right. Honestly, I'm not giving up on this paper bag because I love the design of this envelope that I got, and I want to use it, and I've already gone this far with it, and I'm not quitting. But I messed it up good right in here. All right. But I'm going to have to make my inside tag a little bit shorter in width so it'll fit in there. But now I don't like this. Actually, I think I can just put that down like that. Here's an... See, it sticks. There's another piece. Oh, and that almost fits right in there. No, it was good this way. I kind of like that right there. After all this, you better pack up a lunch for next week. Better pack it up for lunch. Oh, it's going in my art journal. I'm going to put Happy Meal in it, on it. It's going to go in my art journal. It's going to be one for every month. So this is good practice for April. Right? See, here's the thing though. That flap goes on the left side of the bag, and because I'm right-handed, I think everything must go on the right hand side. So naturally, I put it on the right-hand side. So I'm going to put this right here. And that's okay, because this is the back of the bag, and it'll just look like another flap coming down. I would never sell something like this. I wouldn't even give it away. But I'll proudly put it in my art journal. And after you get the Happy Mail on it and the embellishments on it, a lot of this won't even show. I still haven't had a sip of my coffee yet. It's sitting over here getting cold. Cindy says, I may actually have my art space set up. Oh, cool, Cindy. She still has odds and ends to do, but you can film again and find things. Well, if you can find things, that's the that's the trick. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, Cindy just went through a move. There. All right, I'm okay with that. After I put Happy Meal on there. Now, but what I'm not okay with, this will be the gusset. So this flap that I've done 3 times, and look, it's horrible. I did a horrible job on that. I'm going to have to put another flap on it. And it needs to go over here right? It needs to go on the bottom. Here is the, well, it was glued on the inside back over here. It needs to go, it's on the right side, but it's on the right side of the back and not the right side of the front. So I had my bag upside down. So this needs to go over here, which I'm still good with if I clean it up a little. I need to make another flap for it. And the flap will go on the inside anyway. Well, I'll put the... Okay. And here's a good piece for the flap. We'll just taper on there. 9 3/4. I'm not even gonna... I'm gonna eyeball it. I seem to have more experience doing these flaps. It seems to be where I mess up, because I messed up on my January one with the flap. Three 3/4, right about in here, I think. I don't know if Aunt Beth is in here, but if she left, I'm glad she left. You might have to click it off that she's watching the replay. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I want this on the inside. I want it taped in here. And then this will go in there, so that means I need to cut the angles. Yeah, Cindy, I'm so glad to hear you're getting your studio space set up. That's so neat. I'm missing chat here. Oh, hi, Crafty Grandma. Well, you know, I'm not sorry that you missed most of it, because Mary's been messing up big time all through the chat here. I've had to do this flap about 3 times, and it just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker. But I am determined to finish this envelope, and it really isn't bad in the long run, because I'll be putting embellishments and Happy Mail on this, and it will cover up most of the, hopefully, most of the big mistakes that I've done. And then I'm just going to put this right here. And I'm going to do it this way. Well, no, I'm going to do it this way. All right. And I'm still learning this little trick of the folding the papers to the outside. All right. I'm reattaching a flap to my flap here. Hoping that it's going to stick. Alright, I'm happy with that. It's not too bad. And then this will go, it's still on the right side. I was on the right side, but it needs to be on the right side of the back and not the right side of the front. And that's where I goofed. I'm going to be putting some of that gorgeous washi tape there. But let's go ahead and do this. I think I'm going to have to buy some more double-sided tape. I think I got another roll, get me through till the end of the month, hopefully. I go through it a lot. I like to be generous with it. I know some people just put little pieces on, but I like its holding power here. Mary, burnishing your tape makes it easier to lift off. I don't know why, but it works. Okay. Maybe I should burnish more. I'm kind of flustered this morning, Crafty. I've made so many mistakes that I'm not thinking too well. When you do things live, I will say live is a little bit harder because you're making a mistake in front of the whole wide world. And they find out that you're not perfect like they thought you were. You gave them the wrong impression, and now they're finding out the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Mary's not perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get this in. Let's do the burnishing thing here. I lost my bone folder, Crafty. That's what I usually burnish with. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Let's put this in here. Now I need to get that little... Is it down far enough? Part of the problem is I'm having a hard time with the lighting. I got a beautiful east sun, but sometimes it shines in so bright. We'll see how that works. That I closed my curtains and now I'm using my lamps. And my lighting is not perfect. There. Not perfect. Not perfect at all. I might have to trim this a little. A little crooked. But I'm happy. It's put together. Let's put some washi tape on it. Let's put some washi tape helps even things out a little here. This has been a disaster, to say the least. But my next one will be better. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. Let's put the washi tape on it. I'll come back and trim. I'm not saying these patterns go the best together, but they're both floral. And once you get Happy Mail on there, it's going to be okay. Yeah, trim it off here. I like that. Kind of taking care of what's in the... probably should be using my X-Acto knife to do this. Sticks to everything but what I want it to. All right, I'm good. I'm good with it. So the only thing I'm really not happy with is when I close it. I think I'm going to trim some of this off. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Oh dear. Just a little, I believe. It'll still be a little, show a little crooked, but it'll be fit better, I think. I'm good with that. Now I'm wanting to it closes this way. So it closes like this, I believe. And this is the front. And I'm wanting to put some washi tape here. Let's go to something easy like a tag for the inside. And because I put that tape on the inside back, I think I'm going to cut the tag about a ½ inch shorter. And the tag is, inside tag, 9.5 high by 4.5 wide. I'm going to make it 9.5 by 4. Let's see if I can actually do that. 9.5 by 4. Let's get these out of the way, finally. Sat there the whole time. 9.5. Where's that? Okay. 9 1/2. Something I can handle by, I think, 4. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. No. 1, 2, 3. I don't like that I can't see the 4 on here. There's 4 3/4, 4.5. Because the 4 comes hopefully right at the edge of the cutter. If it's not exactly 4, it isn't going to matter. Let's see if it fits in my bag. I'm going to have to do something to the front here. She says to always put it in the back, so yes, it's fitting. I'm not sure I'm exactly happy with this. This is, let's see, that's the back. This is the gusset on the back, on the side. But if I put Happy Mail here, it's going to cover a lot of this up anyway. Ha! I think maybe I should put it away for now. I think I'm probably pretty much generally done with it. I love the design of the paper. I actually like the back better than I do the front. I did not do a good job on that flap at all. I'm going to have to take care of that. But it's really not too bad. And once I get Happy Mail on it, that will dress it up. So here's my March, here's my April, and here's my beautiful January one. Yeah, finally, huh? Bye, Arlene. I don't know how long ago she left, but I've been moaning and groaning over this bag. I think maybe I'll sit and do another one afternoon session with her in April when she does her April one. I think I just need practice doing them. It seems to me like I get mixed up on the... I do okay until I get to the back flap. And you can see on my January one, I did not do it right either, and I had to make another tab. So that's where I need to learn, is on the flap. So I get out of it if I work with it enough. This one, she walked me through this one. It's beautiful. That's the February one. Here's the March one. I love the colors. Really not too bad in the end. All right. That's all I had for today. I'm really kind of happy with them in the long run, because once they get put in a journal, they'll be fine. So thank you all for watching me struggle through this morning, giving up your Saturday morning to art with me, to chat with me. I'm really curious to see, because you see how much I was working with that? I missed a lot of chat. So I'm curious to see what you guys were all talking about. So I fell a couple times this morning. Have at it. Thank you so much for coming. Crafty Grandma. Am I going to do one a month? I will probably at least get a Saturday morning in at least once a month. And I might try to do an announcement when I do it. I think that would make sense. On my community tab, it'll be an impromptu one depending on what's going on. Because, you know, I like my Saturday mornings too. I like to go thrifting. I like to go to garage sales when it gets nicer weather. So if I do one, I think that I'll announce it on my community tab. And you want to keep checking on my community tab too, because I'm trying to do a daily post there of videos that I enjoy, doing a little shout out, say, hey, go look at this video. So if I think that will be where I announce if I do impromptus. So that will probably be the answer to that. So thank you all for coming. I really have appreciated. I appreciate it when you guys stick through with me through when I get into a mess like this, or when my internet falls. You guys chat among yourselves. You laugh at Meri, whatever, and you keep coming back, and I so appreciate it. So I'm gonna let you go have your weekend. Oh. Yeah, Janet says, you will see how we were trying to get your attention. Uh-oh. You were saying something to me up there and I completely missed it. So have a really great rest of the weekend. I'm going to go drink the rest of my morning coffee. I have to get up to turn off the live though. So thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great weekend.